Also joined by CNN legal analyst Laura Coates and our senior legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin. Brian, you've covered this story since Walter Scott was first killed a year and a half ago. Take us through what happened today in the court.
Well, Wolf, just moments ago, the judge declaring a mistrial in this case. Earlier today, our colleague Nick Valencia reported that jurors were asking questions of the judge, including what is imminent danger. That is clearly a question that was operative on their minds as they told the judge again today they could not reach a verdict. Now, on the stand, Michael Slager argued in his defense. He told jurors that he shot Walter Scott as he ran away because he posed a threat and could have turned around and charged him. The jurors today asking those questions about what is imminent danger. Wolf, we're going to be very interested to find out what the jury's dynamic was today, because on Friday they had deadlocked. It was 11-1 in favor of convicting Michael Slager for first-degree murder. Today, we're not sure what the jury's dynamic was. Did they sway? Did the one juror sway other jurors to his side? This is really a key question. The prosecutor in the case, Scarlett Wilson, said we will try Michael Slager again. That is in the state court. He also faces federal charges. So yes, according to that attorney for the Scott family, he will face justice. He will face justice again at least twice. And a key question is, what is the makeup of that jury going to be in the next state trial, and how are they going to fare, if they're going to fare any better than this one did?
Jeffrey Toobin, on Friday you told us this was a slam dunk, given the video that all of us have seen. So what happened here?
Well, I think you have one holdout juror, and I think there's a very different perspective, especially when prosecutors think about a hung jury, where there's a 6-6 or a 7-5, where you really have to think as a prosecutor, there are problems with your case. If the jury breaks 11-1 in your favor, you have a holdout, and you have someone who is maybe not behaving rationally, someone whom you just made a mistake in allowing on the jury in the first place, and then you simply go do it again. And that sounds like what they're going to do. They're
going to do it again in the state, in South Carolina, Laura, but there's a federal trial that's supposed to begin in January as well.
There is, and that's going to be a little bit of a harder uphill battle, because that federal trial is about figuring out whether the officer used his color of authority, his badge, to actually commit an act against this man, Walter Scott. It's a harder trial, it's an uphill battle, but this really shows you there is a distinction between how jurors view police officers as defendants and police officers as witnesses. And you'll see here, as going forward in other trials, and certainly in this case, they gave more credit to the officer than even what the eyes saw on the videotape.
All right, we're going to stay on top of this and watch it every step of the way, guys. Thanks very much.